What's up guys, it's B-Boy Isaac from the Perth City Breakers and we're in Studio Dre today. And today we're going to learn a new power move called the swipes. So I'm assuming you've already warmed up, so let's get started. Alright guys, so as we start the swipes, let's get into this position like this, okay? I want you guys to keep your hips up like this. Bam, bam, bam. Just like that, okay? What I want you guys to do is to get familiar with the swipes. Is with your left hand, I want you to come over like this and thread this other leg through. Bam, like that, okay? And then hop over, bam, and do the same thing again. Again, right hand down, and then you're gonna thread this left leg through, put your left hand down, boom, like that. Now I want you to do the other side, okay? So, bring your right leg through, bam, switch, switch, keeping your hips up, okay? That's to get you guys familiar with that. So practice that a couple times on each side until you can understand the feeling. Once you got that, good, let's move on. The next exercise that I want you guys to do is, again, keep those hips up, okay? They're gonna wanna sag down, you wanna keep them up, okay? And from here, guys, I want you guys to pick one hand up and then throw, okay? And then catch. And then I want you guys to do the exact. Now, I want you to control with your core, okay? So, bam, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? So doing that exercise about 10 times so you can get familiar with it. They are the two drills that I want you guys to do, and keeping your hips up is a must to always do them, okay? Shouldn't even be a drill, just keeping your hips up in general is important. Alright guys, so the next part is to decide which side we're going to be doing our swipes on, okay? So it comes back to which side do you stab when you do your baby freeze, okay? Or when you do all your power. So, if you do your stab on your left arm, like I do, well then we're gonna be throwing to our right, okay? And just copy what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna show you. Guys, if you stab on your right hand, then you're gonna be throwing to your left. All you gotta do is the opposite of what I'm doing, and you should be good, okay? So, guys, if you're gonna throw my way, this is what I'm gonna get you to do, is start with your left hand on the ground. Other guys, start with your right. Now, what you're going to do from here, keep your hips up, throw over like this, bam, okay? Now what I want you to do is plant this left hand down, and you want to twist your hips and then spin 360 degrees so they're back up in this position. Bam, just like that, okay? And again. Again. Okay? Doing that multiple times, okay? So again, left hand down, keeping my hips up, okay? All right guys, this is when it gets a little bit more trickier, okay? So if you've mastered that part, now we get to move on to the next stage. So we're gonna be in the same position, but instead of planting our right hand down, we're going to jump straight into the swipe and finish in that same position, okay? This is what I mean. So from here, instead of planting that right hand down, we're going to jump straight into it, okay? So you're going to go, bam, okay? So I'm kicking up with my legs like this, throwing up with my hips, okay? And then I'm going to jump, okay? Guys, this is a lot more trickier than the previous exercise, but to do this, you're going to get your swipes, okay? So practice this one over and over until you get it, alright? But make sure you take some breaks as well, so you're not doing it while you're tired. You want to do it when you have full energy, okay? So, guys, once you start to practice that, I'll go for about 2 to 3 rotations, and this is all that numbers game that I've mentioned before, okay? So, if you can only do 2, then push for 5. If you can only do 1, then push for 3, okay? So you can get a clean one, all right? So if you can only do 1, just 1. All right? So keeping your hips up. Now, if you've noticed, guys, I'm in mid-air for a split second, right? And I want to be in mid-air for a split second so I can jump into the other position, all right? So as you can see, okay? See, I'm in mid-air for a split second. That's how you know you're getting enough height, okay? The next thing to do, guys, is to learn how to rotate properly, okay? So, what you're gonna be doing is just to go through the steps slowly, is say you're facing one direction, you wanna put your hands down where your hips are, all right? Like this, bam, unwind, and then you're gonna be facing this direction. You're gonna be doing a triangle, okay? And again, bam, facing there. Okay, again, bam, facing there. So you're gonna be doing a triangle. If you don't do that, and a common mistake that people do, okay, is if they put their hand here, what happens is they keep facing the same position, okay? But for order to not, and to be able to rotate, you want to put your hands down close to you where your hips are. Because if you put it here, bam, that's, well, you know, you're on the face. Okay? So guys, that's how you do the rotation, and that's the swipes all together, okay? So guys, once you've learned how to do the swipe, you can start playing around with your leg position as well. And this one's called the master swipe, where you lift one leg up in the air. So if you go the same direction as I go, I'm gonna lift my right leg up, okay? And I'm gonna keep it straight the whole time, and I'm gonna be jumping over it and only landing on my left leg, okay? So, okay? Keeping that leg straight. But that's when you learn the other swipe first, okay? So now I'm going to show you guys how to get into the swipe from learning the New York entry. So guys, I'm assuming you should learn how to do the New York entry by now, which is this. Okay? So the next thing that you're going to do, guys, is if you learn how to do the New York entry, this left leg that you put down, bam, from here, you're going to twist your hips up, okay? So if you're going to start off from this position, say from a 2-step, open your legs, and then start the New York entry. You go right hand, left foot, and then twist up, okay? So again, bam. Practicing this into keeping your hips up like this, okay? In this position. Once you're in that position, then you can go to swipe. Okay, so again, from 2-step, open your legs so you can start that entry, and then go back. Okay, same thing with one leg, okay? So my right leg's gonna be in the air anyway, okay? So it's my left leg that's gonna go on the ground. Okay? So that's how you do the swipes, guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Now the swipes are a very high demanding agility kind of move, okay? So you wanna, having agility will really help with having the swipes. And I know a lot of people do have agility, so there's a couple exercises that I do suggest doing is, for me, I think the very best thing to actually do is the rower machine. I mean, if you don't go to the gym, that's fine. But for me, I've noticed, I was like, once I started using that rower, and I only do 5 minutes on there, I was like, my stamina and my agility just got really good. I was like, damn. So, I mean, that's just if you have access to that, I do recommend that. But when I started learning swipes, there was 2 things that I did. You're not gonna like this, but I did burpees, and I only did 10 burpees, and then I call these swipe push-ups, okay? Gymnasts do this as well. So you're in a push-up position, and whichever way you throw your swipe, but I suggest doing it both ways, so you don't have one arm bigger than the other, is from this position, you're gonna twist on one leg, bam, and then back up to here, push up. Because in order to do that, you gotta throw yourself a lot to be able to complete that move, okay? So they're the 2 exercises that I did to get swipes. But swipes are really cool because there's a lot you can do with it, a lot you can play with, and yeah, get them guys, they're definitely worth it. They're not very complicated, they're quite easy, they just demand a lot of effort, okay? So guys, thanks very much. Again, if you have any questions, let me know, all right? And keep your hips up and make sure you do that complete rotation where your hips are directly up into the sky. Remember where your hand positioning is, and you should be all good, all right? Thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate the time you went to watch this, and I did my best to teach this, and good luck, and I hope to see you guys soon. Peace. Bam!